What's up, guys? Garrett here with Self.dev. Adjusting the mic a little bit. All right, so it is May 25th, 2019, 6:30 a.m. If you live in North Dallas or the Plano area, look in the description, get my email, send me a link to your portfolio and your resume because we're looking for an intern, and I might be able to hook you up. Now, obviously, if it's nowhere near May 25th, if it's like May 25th, 2035, don't email me. If it's even like 2 or 3 months past this point, don't email me unless I ask you to. So today we're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about? Why you're not getting a job as a web developer. Three reasons. Uno, dos, tres. Number one, your portfolio is trash or your portfolio is garbage. I'm sorry, your portfolio is trash or you don't have one. Didn't mean to be too super rude right there. I'm sure you have a good portfolio. This is just for the other people. Yeah, like a month or two ago, I think I talked about this in another video. We had a guy applying who'd recently graduated from college with a computer science degree, which that's really cool. But his portfolio looked like it was something from the 90s. So super like awful design, awful looking. His projects, he had 6 projects on there, and he had a little picture of each project, and you could click on it. But when you clicked on it, it went to some random project that wasn't any of what he was showing on his portfolio. And they all went to the same project, even though they looked like they should be going to different projects. So you've got to have at least like a halfway decent portfolio. You're welcome to definitely copy somebody's portfolio. If you're like me and you don't think you have good design skills, because I don't think I do, go Google good web developer portfolios and just use one as a mock-up and then build it. Don't just straight up copy and paste the HTML and CSS. You got to do it on your own because you got to build a portfolio, but use it as a mock-up. You can even use mine. I'll have like some links in the description. I'll have a link to mine and then a link to an article I read. There was like 10 really good web developer portfolios. So check that out. Was that all I wanted to talk about for that point? Yeah, your portfolio is basically like that's the proof that you can do what you're saying you're going to do. If you're just like, hey, I know HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and you don't have anything else, then that's going to put a lot more. The company's going to have to put a lot more effort into you. At least they're going to think they do. Like, you might know HTML, CSS, and JavaScript and be awesome at it, but if you don't have a portfolio and projects to point to, they're going to think, all right, this dude doesn't know anything about HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. If we hire him, he's going to be starting from ground zero. Versus somebody with a pretty solid portfolio, they're going to be like, all right, we can hire this guy. He's going to know a little bit about what he's doing, so we're not going to have to spend quite as much time training him. So portfolio is super important. If you don't have one, build one. Yeah. So number 2, your resume is not very good. I know in the beginning my resume wasn't very good either. So it's definitely something to work on. If you're looking for your first job as a web developer, it can be kind of tricky framing it in the right way if you don't have any experience. What I like to do, I've actually got a video on how my resume looked when I was looking for a job as a web developer. So go check that out. I'll hopefully have it linked up somewhere if I'm not too lazy. But yeah, the way I like to frame it, basically put like your name, contact information first. Second would be like the skills you know. If you don't have any work-related web developer experience or like coding experience, third, I would put your projects and like a description of the project and what skills you used in that project. If you have any kind of work-related experience, like if you were like an IT support technician, that's not exactly web developer, but I'd put that as job experience on there. But if you don't have any technical experience, like me, I worked in the finance industry, so I just had only my projects on there. And then below your projects, I would put your education. So yeah, there's that. I know Josh Fluke, he does resume reviews, so you can go watch some of his videos. I'll have links to that in the description too. And he's got some really good resume critiques. If you want, I can critique your resume too. Send me your resume. I got my email in the description. And I'm starting to do resume reviews too. And then you can just Google like resume web developer tips, and I'm sure that'll probably come up with some good stuff too. So number 3, the reason you're not getting a job is you don't commit on GitHub. If you're over here talking about how you love HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and you really want to be a web developer, and you really just want to code all day, every day, but your GitHub only has 2 commits on it in the past 6 months, it doesn't look like you're walking the walk. What you want to have is, like, you want to have as close to that green checkered board as possible. Like, even if it's just like a really small code commit every day. Because that's kind of proof that, hey, he's working on code every day, he's hungry, he wants this. And that'll go a long way to selling yourself as a web developer. Because that's what you're doing when you're trying to get a job. You're trying to sell your skills. Number 4, said I was only going to do 3, but hey, number 4, if you're not killing it in the interview, you don't have to kill it in the interview. You can just be like decent in the interview, and eventually you'll get a job. But if you're getting to the interview, props to you, because that means you've got at least a halfway decent portfolio, doing decent on the resume, and yeah, at least those 2 things. I don't know if I can give too much help on the actual interview. I'm going to have some links in the description to a guy named Ramit Sethi. He wrote a book called I Will Teach You to Be Rich. He's just like really into the finance stuff, and he's got some really good job interview videos. So definitely go check those out if you need help in the actual interview department. Let's see. So portfolio, not very good or don't have one. Your resume, no bueno. You don't commit on GitHub. Those are like the main 3 reasons that you're not getting a job as a web developer. Now, if you have those 3 and you've got an awesome portfolio, your resume is awesome, and your GitHub is filled with green boxes, that's awesome. You're way above a lot of other people out there. You are just playing the game of applying, and it's just a numbers game now. You got to get your face out there. Start a YouTube channel, dude. That's what I did. I don't know if that helped me get a job much. I know Marvin said that he liked that I had a YouTube channel, so that was kind of cool. But it's all about like getting your face out there and marketing yourself. So yeah, those are the 3 reasons you're not getting a job as a web developer yet. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, if you live in the North Dallas, Plano area and you want an internship as a web developer, shoot me your resume and portfolio. You have to have a portfolio. Otherwise, not going to consider you. I'm also going to have a link to the Discord. If you want to come hang out in the Discord, we got like 8 or 9 people in there now, so it's slowly growing. And send me your resumes if you want me to critique your resume. And I will see you next time. Peace.